Yeah.
Just sitting for a minute, you know. God, I miss that.
I feel you, man. I absolutely feel you. And this button says go live, so we got to be close. And then
Uh,
you're gonna be telling me here in a second. It's gonna be great. We're gonna say hi to everybody like we
uh,
always do.
yeah, yeah.
What's that? What's that?
Um,
Oh, that's
I
something
feel
else.
I feel like I'm anticipating Christmas morning getting ready to
I
happen.
know, right? Like, run downstairs and who's got the biggest package? Wait a second. That's a different. that-
That's a different show.
That's a
That's the after show. That's the after show.
totally different show. Are we
We
live?
are live, my
We
friend.
are live. Well, season's greetings. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa coming up to those who celebrate it, and happy belated Hanukkah to
Yeah.
those who celebrate. This is the Evan and Aaron Show. I am Aaron.
And I am Evan, representing. I had to do it. I had to do it this week, Aaron.
Of all
You
weeks,
know,
of course you have to. It was honestly one of the best Monday Night Football games of the season for
oh
sure.
my, last week was. I mean, it was amazing, and I hated that we lost. But man, boy, the Bengals, JoJo, thank you. Bengals did us a great favor by beating the Steelers, kept us in the discussion. Another big game next week. You know, you never know what's going to happen with these New York Jets. We go there. And so, you know what? Hey, my big thing is this, is that we need one more win.
Mm-hmm.
One more win, and I really think we're in. Now, here's what's tricky about this. Guess who plays the Steelers this week?
Yeah. Right. So, and here's my only thing on that is, I love that the Bengals, because I got a childhood soft spot for the Bengals. We didn't have the Colts when I was a kid, so I was a bit of a Bengals fan.
Sure.
Loved me some Icky and some Boomer. Not so much Chris Collinsworth, especially now. But I've had a lifelong loathing for Pittsburgh. Just absolutely. For I'm not really sure what reason, but it exists, and I'm going to go with it. So I was really happy to knock them off. But what I don't like is that's 3 losses in a row, and that's going to be a bitter taste to lose to the Bengals as well. And right now, as much as I can't stand him, Roethlisberger and Tomlin are trying to figure out what they need to do to beat this Colts team. And this Colts team can be beaten. It's not invulnerable. We showed a little weakness there against the Texans. So this could be an interesting matchup with the Steelers. Where is the game?
Oh, it's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh. So bit of an uphill battle there. But I think the fact that they can't have a stadium full of people does make a difference.
It helps.
And it's an outdoor stadium, isn't it? So it's not going to have quite the same noise that you'd be able to generate if we were inside the RCA Dome / Lucas Oil Stadium, whatever we call it nowadays.
Good old RCA Dome, man. Here's what's interesting about this. What's interesting is that so the Browns play the Jets, which, hopefully we can sweep the New York teams. That would be good. But if Pittsburgh beats the Colts, Pittsburgh will automatically win a division, which means they will probably rest people the following week in Cleveland. That bodes well for us.
Yeah.
If Indianapolis wins, we must win. Like we have to win.
Don't waste it. Don't waste an opportunity like that, for sure.
No, we have to win because, obviously I think we'll beat the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
But if Indianapolis comes in and beats Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, the Browns have to beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
Here's why. Is because one game behind us, Baltimore Ravens, who swept us this year.
Yeah.
And once again, one of the best Monday night games ever. We did not come out on the right side of that. But it is what it is. Yeah. Let's see.
Switching to real football for a second. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a certain team from the red side of Manchester that has looked pretty good. Big win against Leeds. I tell you what was super cool about Sunday was at roughly the same time or a few hours apart, while the men were beating Leeds 6-1, the women were beating Bristol City or I'm sorry, the men won 6-2. The women beat Bristol City 6-1, and Tobin Heath got 2 goals in that game. So,
oh wow, well there you go, man.
Loving the red side of Manchester right now. Got us another big win in the Carabao Cup against Everton today, and that bodes well. We go into Boxing Day and play the number 2 team, Leicester, and think and we still have a game in hand. So if we win that game, we either solidify third, maybe even go to second. The teams are so close right now. Everybody's like, oh, 2 weeks ago, Spurs were in the hunt and now they're out. I'm like, yeah, by two points, guys. Like, look at the table. Right. It's just way too close.
Yeah.
But from where we were at the beginning of the season and the doom and gloom and not winning our games at Old Trafford to all of a sudden we're in third place, game in hand, and really, really playing with some momentum and the performances are good. I'm happy about that. Chelsea's in a good place too.
Well, your boys at Trafford, they really, you're right. They've got the upper hand. Chelsea, thank goodness, has turned it around. Losing 3 straight sucked. That was just not good. A lot of things Frank was doing, I think he was experimenting with the lineup a little bit.
He's got
obviously, you've got to figure that out. I mean, it was good to see Tammy Abraham have a decent game, decent match. This last match, that was good. I'm so impressed by Man U, dude. They have peaked at the right time, and we're not just talking about Marcus Rashford. We're talking about like a majority of that team is just coming together, brother.
It's finally clicking. There's still some question marks about the defense, but we're witnessing the process right now, and we're witnessing the process on an upward trajectory. And what's key is to figure out how to continue on with that. And sometimes you're going to have to win some games ugly, but that's how you maintain that momentum. We got a couple early on. The Man U women are likely to finish in the top 3 this season. Tobin Heath has been a revelation. Yes, she has.
Yes.
How's let's see, they got Kristen Press at the same time too, I believe. I've been trying to keep an eye on. I haven't noticed her playing as much, so let me know how Kristen Press has been doing as well. I know she played in the first couple of games and maybe even bagged a goal, but yeah, definitely Tobin's looking good. Troy,
we have to go back.
I've been holding a question all week. Is the Cleveland Browns offense better without Odell Beckham Jr.?
Troy.
Addition by subtraction here?
Troy. Here's what I say. I say, honestly, anybody is better with OBJ on the field. Let me just get that statement out. Anybody's better with OBJ on the field. However, the way that Baker is playing, it looks like it has loosened him up to the point to where he is able to go and find targets instead of being compelled to find a target. When you have an Odell Beckham Jr. on your team, you are expected to go to him. So I don't think it's that OBJ, being on a team makes the team worse. I know you can say that, but OBJ is a top tier receiver. It just may not be that this is the team for him.
Yeah.
And so does it make the Browns offense better? I think it does because it just takes some pressure off of Baker. But I think that if Baker were able to figure that out, I think the coaching staff of Baker were able to figure it out to get him his touches in a way that isn't taking away from Baker's game. We would be.
I was going to say,
I think.
I will say this because I can't say I've watched every game they've played, but I think if Baker were 3 more years mature, there would be no question. If you gave Peyton Manning Odell Beckham Jr. 5 bums, it almost wouldn't matter, right? And here's the funny thing is those 5 bums would all collect a couple TDs and some yardage because Peyton would understand how to use OBJ in such a way that you're like, get him his touches, right? Yep. And he'll get his.
I mean, but
he can also be used
as Harrison.
I don't think Baker is mature enough as a NFL quarterback, a passing quarterback yet to fully understand to be able to command a dynamic enough offense to be able to do that. That's my only thing. Because yes, OBJ is going to make anybody better by his presence.
I will say this: And I've been Shannon Sharp. No, I got to do that to you, Aaron. I'm sorry, got to do it. Because I think Baker right now, the way he has played these past 3 weeks, these past 3 weeks, is indicative of the type of quarterback that he is. And I think that you can also say that with a Tom Brady. When Tom Brady is in the right, I'm not comparing them. But when Tom Brady's in the right system, I mean, you knew New England was going to the playoffs every single freaking year. Tom Brady was there. When he's with Tampa Bay, you see flashes of his greatness, like last week. That was amazing to see that comeback. But there is something that is just not there. Something that's just not the same. I think Baker is very much that prototypical quarterback. When you put him in the right situation, he will eat you up. His quarterback rating will be in the 90s. He will throw 5-to-1, touchdown to interception ratio every single time.
Yeah.
When he's out of his element, he does not have the natural ability to make up for that.
Yeah.
As a Jackson does. Or even as we see now, Jalen Hurts. So anyway.
Alrighty, well, let's switch to some more serious topics for the moment.
I was like, man, are we on ESPN?
We're going to do the whole thing. Look, you can do your Shannon Sharp. You just can't call me Sidney Powell, man.
Nope.
All right. Did you see you did that?
Yeah, I saw what you did.
No. You saw Shannon Sharp. I think it was Shannon Sharp called. He's on with Cowherd, right?
Skip Bayless.
I think he called Skip Sidney Powell.
Did he really?
I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know who he's talking about, but wow. I guess you referred to. I could have that wrong. I just saw a quick headline. But a couple things in the news, real quick, locally, and we might touch on this a little bit more with a special guest sometime soon, or a special segment that we broadcast. But Fishers is pretty much going on a little bit of, I won't say full lockdown. Places are still open, but they are closing earlier. And they're, obviously going to have to go back to lower capacity at some point, I would think. So keep that in mind, folks. It's the holidays. If you got to go anywhere, make sure you're wearing your mask, social distance, all that jazz. Along those lines, Congress has passed a $900 billion, 5,590-page bill that basically no one was allowed to read before they signed it. And now we have things like 3 martini lunches count. There's tax deductions for racehorses. I'm sure the Democrats threw some bullshit in there. This is the process that I really, really don't like. If I had the authority, I'd get rid of riders on bills, because there's no reason for shit like this to be going on.
Yeah.
But what I have found really, really disgusting about this, look, I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and he was talking about how the three martini lunch deduction is, it's good for businesses, it's good for small businesses, it's good for restaurants. The service industry is struggling. I see some aspect of that argument, but the thing I take away from it is it doesn't come across as good policy and good politics. At the same time, people can't pay rent. Eviction moratorium is about to run out. And you're saying $600 is too much. They didn't want to give that. They had to haggle for that. To turn around and say, you know what, these people who have ostensibly good paying jobs, because let's face it, if you're expensing your lunch on a sales call, you've got a decent job. You're probably making some commission. I'm not saying you're necessarily making 6 figures, but you've got a job. And in terms of the 3 martini lunch, can we guarantee that money's actually going to go to a local place versus the restaurant bar at the Conrad or the W or something like that, which that's what comes to mind. And I know that's not necessarily the case, but if there's no oversight, then much like the tax breaks for all the businesses, hey, that's going to trickle down. It'll make it to the worker. Nope. Vast majority of corporations used it for stock buyback, and no one has really seen wages increase. So I think it just sends the wrong message. It's yet again, we're in the, we're far more willing to help out corporate America than we are Main Street and everyday people who are truly struggling. And by the way, you should be happy with your $600.
Yeah.
Shut up now and go away.
Yeah.
And by the way, take that $600 and spend it on something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right. I mean,
that's what this is. And I get it. I absolutely understand it. But it's to me another example of our elected officials failing us at a time when, you know, I love when people are like, you got to be self-sufficient. This is precisely the moment when government has to step in. When you have an unforeseen issue that's going to impact everybody on such a massive scale, you have got to have leadership. And we don't have that kind of leadership. And
No.
in nearly the same breath that Trump, you know, says, you know, something finally good, you know, put $2,000 toward everybody and cut all the pork out of this. Then he turns around and says he's going to veto the defense bill because, I don't know, the Section 230 isn't in there because he wants to punish internet companies. I mean,
Sure.
our leadership, quote unquote leadership, is all over the place. They're at sea. The only person who's doing a job is Mitch McConnell, and it's not the job that we want done. So
No.
what did you think when you saw this bill come out?
Man, here's what I thought, and you touched on two things I wanted to talk about. Number one, the fact that Trump wants to put $2,000 in this bill, I just he has, for me, I do not call it a good thing. If this came from any other person, any other president, maybe I would. And it's not a matter of me not giving credit where credit's due. Where were you at when this whole thing was going on? Where were you at whenever your legislature, because you are the friggin' president of the United States, why didn't you say, hey guys, look, this involves the American people. Please keep me informed about what's going on and what's in this. And I want to make sure that now you want to come back and you want to be, you know, you want to say, oh, wow, no, that's not the BB gun I wanted to get Evan. I wanted him to have the, you know, the BB gun with the compass in the stock and the, you know, this thing that tells time. No, you cannot come in at the last minute and say, well, give them $2,000 and expect people to look at you and be like, oh, he really is a good president. No, I'm not buying it. That's bullshit. So
you know
that's
why?
First thing.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Shoot my eye out. That's right. That's right. That's why I need that compass in the stock, brother. That's why I need the compass so I can, you know, make sure I'm pointing wherever. Second thing about this bill. This is the there you go. This is the part of government that we actually, if you want to sit down, folks, and read 5,000 plus pages of legislation, this is where the sausage is made. And the fact is that they make it so hard to get to it that we will never ever see it. I'm not going to read 5,000 pages of stuff. I'm just not going to do it. And you're absolutely right, Aaron. Why, oh why do we still pack these things, these bills, with these small little things that add up, that take money away from the taxpayers who need it right now? Like I've said before, man, look, I'm in a spot where, you know, thank goodness, you know, thank the universe, whatever, you know, I am like, get that money to folks who need that money. Get that money to people, you know, quite frankly, to all of our friends who are running around bars, you know, trying to serve people, trying to stay healthy, you know, trying to make a living. Give that to them so they can go and they can quarantine, so they can stop, you know, they can just go and rest and do your thing. Help out the owners, you know, say, hey, look, we're suspending taxes for you for this quarter. You know, whatever you can do, that's the stuff we need to be doing. When I heard about this, like you said, about these martini dinners or martini lunches and this other bullshit that's in there, I got disheartened again, because I'm like, you know, I love the fact Joe and Kamala are coming in, but this is the stuff they have to address. This is the stuff that they have to call out. They have got to call this out. And this is not just a Republican issue.
No.
Although I will say it is a vast majority.
Well, it is right now.
It's a vast majority.
It is right now, but if the Democrats were in charge of this process, relatively the same thing would have happened. I do believe this is a both sides committed egregiously kind of thing. And to me, the reason is pretty obvious, but no one wants to say it out loud. The reason why they attach this shit is none of it has legal enough merit, has enough support to warrant a separate bill. This shit would never pass on its own. If you just walked out and said, you know what, I think we need to make the 3 martini lunch tax deductible permanently, you'd get a ridiculous amount of putback, and people would be like, you're wasting our time. This is silly.
This is what we put you there for? It's like, come on.
But this is also how they all pay back their constituents, right? I mean, think about this. I don't really know too many people who own racehorses, okay? From what I can gather, an awful lot of them live in one particular state. And I wonder if there is wonder if there's anything that we could really figure out here that would point us. But that said, you know what? If this were Iowa or Indiana, there'd be a corn rider. There'd be, if this were Florida, there'd be something for Disney World and methamphetamine. Everybody wants to get their little piece added to the pie so they can get it, so they can say, look what I did for you, when they go back and ask for more money. So it's watching the sausage get made, and it's pretty disgusting at times. And at the end of the day, we all still eat it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we don't really have a choice in the matter, and it's just a nasty cycle. And I don't have funny. I don't have a good solution for it, because I don't think having 5 major parties would make democracy in this country work any better. Certainly not without ranked choice voting, which should probably be something we do anyway. We should do ranked choice voting in the primaries. That would make the process a whole lot easier.
That would be easy.
But I don't see a way to have more representation, more specified representation, and have it not turn into the Italian Parliament.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Look, I'm all for some porn stars being in government, but I mean, we darn near had Stormy Daniels was at least part of the government.
Oh, she was in government.
Government was in her.
Was in her.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Who knows?
Yeah, there we go.
Who knows? Maybe Trump does like a little. I doubt it, but maybe he likes a little tush push. You never know. You just never.
I don't even want to think about that, dude.
Well, you know what? I am here to conjure images. If
I got to do an early shot on that one. I'm sorry.
You know what? We'll do an early one. Let me get here with you.
I had to. Wow, that was whoa. That was a lot more in a shot, brother. But that's how you roll, and that's why I love you.
Let's shift gears for a couple minutes to a fun little topic that you kind of mentioned in your post earlier today.
Well, okay. Well, let's not dive too deep.
Is you got this for later? Okay, let's
because it involves the Hey Aaron segment.
Okay. Then we'll hold on to that. We'll let me take that back.
Okay.
Put it in my pocket.
There you go.
You can reach into my pocket later and pull it out. And yes, it is a roll of nickels. Another thing that occurred this week was that more and more people began getting vaccines. That's a very, very good thing. What are your thoughts on people like Mike Pence and specifically Joni Ernst, Marco Rubio, these asshats basically who perpetuated the notion that this was a hoax, that it was nothing to be afraid of, and all of a sudden they're coming in with the elbows and barging their way to the head of the line. That kind of makes me mad. And I understand, if the Secret Service thinks there's an attack on the president, the Secret Service don't ask the president what he wants to do next. The Secret Service grab the president and follow protocol and get his ass out of wherever it needs to be into a secure location. So I think in much the same way, they're saying our elected officials, in order for government to operate, these people should be amongst the first to get it. I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but morally, I don't understand. It tells you straight away that Joni Ernst and Mike Pence and all these people, they knew it was serious. They knew it was something to take serious. They lied intentionally, for a variety of reasons, and now, of course, want to get the shot. Versus people are like, well, how come Joe Biden gets it? Well, he's about to be president of the United States, and he's 7,000 years old.
Right, man. Okay, you asked me how I feel about this. Number one, I am in my feelings about this because I have several friends who, we have shared friends who routinely find themselves in harm's way every single day, whether that be in a hospital setting, hospitality setting, educational setting, whatever that would be. For these people who colluded with this delusional president to undermine the American people by not telling us, by keeping us in the dark, for them to insist that they be first before these incredible who have not only actually held this country together, but have done more in the course of 9 months than most of these career politicians have done during their career. These folks have done more in 9 months to support the American economy, the American way of life, the American spirit. They've done more than these people have or will ever think about doing. I think that is, number one, the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. I feel that every government official should give up their place in line and say, you know what, hospital worker, whatever, you come. Because here's why. Each and every one of them have the capacity. We have the technology. They have the capacity to quarantine. They do not need to be in the building at all, Aaron. They don't.
Totally agree.
And to see this happening, and I get the point with Joe. I get the point with Joe. Joe needs to get the vaccine. Joe's going to be out. He's going to be talking to people. He's going to be with the people, unlike Mr. Barricade himself in the White House.
And he is the president of the United States.
He's the president of the United States.
I respect the office enough to say that had Trump not gotten sick, had he not already established that he's got his own antibodies, I would say yes. I can put aside my differences with him, and I don't like using this word, but I do have hatred for Donald Trump because I think he has inflicted pain intentionally on the people of this country, and I don't have any problem saying that. But he is the president of the United States, and if he didn't have immunities already, I would say yes. That this is how we do things. Okay, look,
I agree.
I get it. If the world's coming to an end, I'm not getting evacuated. Trump, right now, Trump and a whole bunch of other people are. That's how things work. Right. I don't lose sleep over that because you know what? He'll fuck up the bunker anyway.
Well, yeah, true, absolutely.
But that is what we do. But Joe needs to get it. Kamala needs to get it. Anybody incoming to office probably needs to get it. And then we work our way. First, the frontline health workers need to be getting this. Anybody who's considered essential. Look, my trash pickup hasn't stopped.
No, and that's
those guys deserve it.
They do. They deserve anybody who is able to. And this is my opinion. This includes me. This includes you, whom I dearly love. This includes most of my family. This includes, just people that I dearly care for. Those folks who are able to quarantine and still do their jobs. My God, you know what? I
volunteer to go last. I volunteer to go last.
Now, here's the deal. I have to.
Yeah.
I have to go back in person to teach in January. But even given that, I'm able to socially distance. I'm double masking it, dude. I mean, I'm a big believer in not getting STDs. Yeah, so I'm not going to get COVID. So I'm going to double bagging it, bro. I'm sorry. I just damn, I said that out loud, didn't I? My daughter's sitting over there. She's like,
"Hi, Kiana."
Oh, Danae.
Danae. Hi, Danae.
Yeah, Danae.
Sorry, like, I didn't know who was around.
Me?
My bad. Anyway. My apologies. I'm sure I just got side eye from misnaming your daughter.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. Anyway, but that being said, I would gladly give my spot in line to my friend Teresa. Um, you know, she's one of the good ones, man. I mean,
Mhm.
she just is out there doing her thing. John, yeah, I
Yeah.
give my spot in line, John. I mean, I'd be like, no,
Well,
John, do it. You're here, dude.
and this sort of comes back around to, what we were talking about with the bill earlier. We tell these people they're essential, but you know what they fought tooth and nail to not include in the bill? And when I say they, you know who I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
That there's no guaranteed paid leave if you catch COVID as an essential worker. Now,
Wow.
what says fuck you, you don't matter more than that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we think you're super essential and we're not going to raise your shitty low wages that you're making, but we're going to make you continue to come into work.
Yep.
And if you get sick, fuck you.
Yeah.
And since you make so little money, you probably have shitty health care. Are we going to give you health care? No, we're not going to give you health care either.
No.
So,
one of our friends, when Aaron and I went to pick up some. By the way, JoJo,
oh, it's the bomb.
holy
It is absolute crack. It's absolute
the
crack.
the peanut
Peanut
brittle
brittle.
that our friend JoJo makes. I just like, you can put it under the pillow. You put it under your pillow at night, and you wake up in the morning, and there's a beautiful woman laying with you. That's how good this peanut brittle is.
It's
That's how good this peanut brittle
pretty.
is.
I tell you what's
it's
so
that good.
amazing about it is I've had peanut brittle that you'll crack your tooth on.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
stuff is
Silky.
it's crunchy and then starts the melting process. Like immediately you're like, oh, all those sugars are breaking down. It's JoJo, you're a genius. Mwah. Love
Yep.
your
Yep.
peanut brittle. Danny, I don't know, man. Put a ring on it.
Oh.
I know the joke I just made.
Let's move on.
I know the joke I just made.
You made my brother's life, man. You made it
know.
worse for like about 17 minutes, brother.
No,
I'm just saying.
JoJo doesn't give a shit. She's like, fuck no, we're not doing that.
Right, exactly.
Anyway,
Hey, we've come to halftime,
I think it's halftime.
and brother, we both have people. I've got one person in particular. I'm gonna give this shout out to Andrea, my sister-in-law. She's tough as nails, brother. Just tough as nails, and love her to death. And just so glad that we have been close, and she considers me not a brother-in-law, but a brother, and she's my sister. And so, Andrea, hey, happy holidays. We're thinking about you. Aaron, who are you toasting to tonight?
You know what? I'm gonna give a shout to a mutual friend that we've mentioned before. She's a good friend of the pod. She's a good friend of our local establishment, and she's been going through some tough times, but sunshine is on its way. Better times are on their way. Got a rough few weeks coming, I know, but you'll get through it because you're a badass. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give a shout to her, and I also want to, in general, I'm sure next week we'll do some sort of like into the year wrap it up kind of show and look back at all the stupidity if I can figure out how to edit videos and things like that. But I want to say right now, we did this because we can't go to our local, and we've managed to be to our local a couple times. We met up there just earlier this week to grab the peanut brittle, and I want to say this: if you just are going stir crazy and you live on either the north side downtown or even midtown, there's 3 options for you. These people are doing it right. They've figured out how to maintain a business during this whole thing. It's tough on them. And it's tough on all of us, but they're social distance in the right way. So big shout out to CT and CTF on North Side, CTB and CT downtown. Absolutely love you guys. And I'm going to be buying a gift certificate to show my love, since I probably won't be in over the holidays. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then when I come back, I'm going to take my other gift certificate and buy everything on the menu.
And you know what? If the Browns make the playoffs, I'm buying everybody a Bud Light.
Appetizer party.
I'm just
It's
saying.
an
Just buying everybody Bud
appetizer party.
Light.
And by the way,
Cheers.
when you see it, the name of tonight's show is Two Sleeps Till, a play on No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Two sleeps till Christmas. Two
Two
sleeps till
sleeps.
Christmas, everybody. So happy holidays. Hold your loved ones tight if you're able to see them. If not, give them a text, give them a shout out. This is totally sincere. I love everybody that tunes in, comments, says hi, gives us a like, maybe even shares it. Appreciate you all, and Merry Christmas.
Sláinte.
Oh.
Is it bad that it goes down so smooth that I don't wince anymore? It's like, I don't even do that anymore. It's like,
that's what she said.
Wow. I'm secure. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right.
Okay.
So we had a friend of ours at the tap this week when we were there tell us, and she mentioned to us that, number one, she's an educator. And she was asking, she was like, hey, sometimes on the show, you guys ought to talk about, the psyche, the mindset of teachers and, how they're doing and things like that. And, she had an incredible story where she just got to the point where she's like, look, I can't do this. I can't teach online anymore. So she hung it up, and now she's doing she's doing the pod teaching where she's, she has a group of kids that she teaches in the morning, and then a group of kids she teaches in the afternoon, and does that thing, which I'm like, you know what, more power to you. I mean, hustle, get your hustle on. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron, I'd like to get your take on this in the fact that spring semester is coming, and there are teachers, I'll throw myself in there, teachers that are included in this that are feeling the crush. We're feeling the pressure to go back in person. Numbers are, thank goodness, numbers aren't spiking as hard as they were last week, but they are still on the rise. What have you heard out on the Broad Ripple streets or in your area, dude, as far as just maybe have you heard schools going, saying, hey, no, we're going back to in person, or schools still staying virtual as far as down there?
That's a good question. It really seems to vary widely. My friends that are educators are sort of scattered around the city, and it does seem like everybody's doing their own thing. I'm not aware of any changes to what's currently going on. And, I've been sympathetic to this the whole time. There is no good solution to this, because what's going on in the surrounding counties versus what's going on in Indianapolis, are degrees of difference. And different places have had to respond the way they see fit. If you had your druthers, you'd say everybody stays home. I mean, look, quick aside, if we'd have just had powerful leadership from the outset, and on April 1st, they said, look, we are shutting it down from April 1st till June 1st. We're taking 2 months, and everybody gets a stay-at-home vacation. We're gonna give everybody a living stipend. We're gonna make sure businesses don't fail to the best of our ability. Look, if we can give a $3 trillion tax break, we can figure out how to pay to keep the country open for 2 months, and basically just say, look, stay home. Stay the fuck home. Let's get through this. And would there have been an impact? Yes, there would have. There would have been an economic impact. But we've piecemealed it. We've gone back and forth. Oh, we're at level 3. Are we going to stage 4? I don't know. We're going to stage 3.5. Then we go to stage 4, and then we're like, nah, we got to go back. Now we're stage 5. Everybody's had to make these decisions, and the guidance has been so inconsistent. The science has definitely changed over times, but if you understand science, you get that. You understand that as new information becomes available, you adjust. But we didn't make those decisions. So now everybody's kind of left, for themselves. And like I said, I've always been sympathetic to this, because there's tons of people who their kids got to go to school.
Yeah.
They don't have an option, especially people who with children with disabilities.
Sure.
That's
Absolutely.
sometimes the only way their children are getting any sort of not just education, but disability specific, treatment.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
And is this a stereotype, or maybe I think I'm hopefully it's data driven, but a lot of people who've got, disabled children, even if they were well off to begin with, still are dealing with medical bills in perhaps the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you're on the lower end of that spectrum, or perhaps you were in the middle before the pandemic, and now you've been impacted by fewer job hours, or maybe a spouse got laid off, or maybe you're a single parent, your child going to their special education school is necessary.
Yeah.
So I understand that aspect,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I get the challenges that presents to keeping that open. I've got a very good friend who's a special ed teacher, and it's been all over the place for them. So what's going on in Broderville specifically, I can't speak to that.
Right. No.
But I know that every approach seems to be a little bit different, and everybody's treading water. And I've so much sympathy. This is one of those times where the politics don't matter at all to me, because I don't care where you stand. You have to acknowledge that people are suffering one way or the other, and who takes precedent? Do the teachers take precedent? Do the children take precedent? Do the parents take precedent? Or do we just look at this and say all three of these groups need something? They need help, and we're not getting that help.
Education is such an incredibly nebulous type of entity, because it's like we weren't expecting. I mean, those of us who love being in front of students, and students love seeing us, we were not expecting this. We weren't looking ahead in the future saying, oh, well, and we could talk about, well, the government knew that this was going to happen. But anyway, fast forward 9 months. None of us expected this to happen. None of us are online educational experts. But what I will say about teachers, about educators, is that I will say that we are, we're probably the most flexible fucking group there is. And I'm not just saying, there you go. And I'm not just saying that, just because
this man's hips are loose.
I'm just saying, yeah, there you go. But what I am talking about is the fact that we haven't figured this out. There are certain institutions that are online institutions that have this way of doing online learning that works for them. I earned my master's through Western Governors University. It was hard as hell to do that for me, but I did it. And the only reason why I did it is because those folks were professionals at teaching online.
Yes.
Now,
it's different than regular teaching.
It's totally different. It's different. And so as I put my content online, as I do my things online, as I'm talking to you, like I talked to 20 or 30 students online, I now have to be able to keep their attention and do all of this stuff. And so I can't imagine, and this is all I'll talk about this, but I can't imagine the heartache that a parent feels.
Yeah.
When their child, is not getting the same level of care that they would if it was in person. I can't imagine those parents who, whose children, are on the, autistic scale, who need that personal, that personal touch from a teacher that they trust, and they look at them, over the video. I can't imagine that. But, and there's always a but, there are things that we do not control. And it is this global pandemic that is turning us all inside out and turning our worlds upside down, and we're having to adjust on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I will sit here and I will say this, and people can fight me about it. That's fine. But I will say 99.9% of those educators who are on the front line, those college professors, those high school teachers, those middle school teachers, those elementary school teachers, are trying their damnedest to figure this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate and we thank the parents
absolutely.
for their patience. But dude, I mean, this is totally off, but on the subject, I'm so glad we have a new Secretary of Education.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my
well,
God.
that goes without saying. Imagine, appointing people who are actually qualified for their positions.
Yeah.
And not just rewarding them for their fealty to you, or their ability to make you money in a particular way. I'm
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I like what Io said. He said, but when we have decades of the mentality, and he's talking about the government piece when we were talking about it, but when we have the decades of the mentality and propaganda that government is the problem from both parties, one way more than others, you get dysfunctional government that can't provide for itself. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think full circle, our government hasn't been able to provide for our educational community either. And that is educators, students, and families. They've missed the mark totally.
Especially when you've got, a particular group of people who are basically saying government doesn't work, government doesn't help the person. The famous Reagan quote, X amount of words, I'm from the government and I'm here to help kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I get where that comes from in the red tape bureaucracy type of things, but it doesn't take into account the fact that sometimes the government is the only thing that can handle something of that kind of scale, and you need central coordination. But when you've got one group of people who say government doesn't work, and then they come into power and they make it their goal to demonstrate that government doesn't work. Rick Perry, despite the fact that he couldn't remember, the name of the agency he wanted to get rid of, got appointed to head the Department of Energy. You look at what's going on right now. You've got DeJoy and his cronies heading up the U.S. Postal Service, and they're there because they want to privatize it. And now all of a sudden, there have been news reports. Oh, there's packages are delayed. People aren't getting their presents around Christmas time. It's the exact same thing that they were doing. They were throttling mail before the election. That just garnered a lot of, a news attention, as it should, because it's also kind of illegal. But what they want is people to complain about the Postal Service, because then they can go, well, let's privatize it, and they already own the other means, so they're like, they'll make millions off of it. And to that I say, fuck you.
Yeah.
If you got out of the way, I'm not a Ross Perot run government like a business kind of person, okay? But I do think there are things you can learn from, because there's a lot of overlap. I've said this for years. Hey,
Aaron, keep talking. I got to get more beer.
Okay. I work in the IT world, and IT now is across all industries. But I have worked for some very, very large companies. And if you think there's a difference between the quote unquote bureaucratic red tape and all the hoops that you've got to jump through don't exist in corporate America, you've never worked for a company of more than a few hundred people, because it's exactly the same thing. It's regulated as it should be, and you have to work your way through the process. Is the process convoluted and could be streamlined? Yes, I absolutely agree, but that doesn't mean it needs to be gotten rid of, and that's what we're talking about. You don't get rid of the U.S. Postal Service. You make the U.S. Postal Service better. You don't get rid of the Department of Energy. You look at where it's not being efficient, and you make it better. That's what all of the, that's what these black belt programs and companies for. That's why you do DMAIC. That's why you do Kaizen. That's why people make money off of all these silly little things because everybody wants to figure out how to improve their processes and get better. And that's what I'm talking about when I say apply a little bit of business to government. There are ways to make us more efficient. Is there pork and red tape and all that stuff? Absolutely. I have no issue admitting that. But that doesn't mean it's a bad idea. It's an amazingly good idea that we have an agency of the government that allows you to send things around the country. I don't have a problem that UPS and FedEx and whoever else exist, but you should be able to put a stamp on something and expect it to get somewhere else in a realistic amount of time. And I don't understand why that's a concept that is so difficult to grasp. IO says, can we put this run the government like a business thing to bed? Business does not equal efficiency, not to mention government business or borderline. I think in a way that's what I'm getting at is they can kind of learn a bit from each other. You absolutely would not run a government like a business because they are not subject to the exact same rules, nor should they be. But they can learn from one another and taste, I like I said, in the world I live in, the buzzword is agile. And applying these methodologies that help you cut down on inefficiency. That kind of thing can be applied to government and is being applied to government. So I really just dislike this group of people who claim to be patriots and then do everything they can to dismantle government when they get the chance. It can be improved. It doesn't mean it has to be destroyed. And that that doesn't seem like a really, really complex concept to me. But then again, I, actually stopped to think about shit.
So no, I appreciate you stopping to think about it, because when you stop to think, that means it is time to drop the Hey Aaron segment for tonight. I am so excited about the
Hey Aaron segment.
The world renowned, yes, to all of our many single viewers. I'm just saying.
Tonight we need to get people in from around the world. I got to figure out how to get some like Australians.
We got to do that.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Aussie guy. Have you Aussie man? We got to get Aussie guy on the show.
Dude, that's okay. Wait a minute. I don't know if this is answered. I had to step away. If so, I'll Troy, yes, it was an extensive answer.
Wait to Odell Beckham.
I had two shots.
Did he walk away and didn't hear us discuss Odell Beckham Jr.?
Walked away, Troy. We love you, brother. We love you, man. All right, so
he had to watch highlights videos of his son playing soccer. I'm sure. But for the record, his son is a badass.
Yes.
His son is a badass.
Oh, okay. Hey, I trust you. So
I think that's got probably more to do with his wife than Troy. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah. I got two things for you tonight, Aaron.
I love it.
Actually, I have a quiz and I have a reaction piece for you.
Oh, I love it.
We are coming
You're
into
welcome, Troy.
The festive. Yeah. I'll watch it later. Sorry. No. It's good. We are coming into the festive season. See, I'm covering it up. We like our wassail.
Wassail.
Two more sleeps, as Aaron said. Aaron, tonight, for the first part of the Hey Aaron piece, I'm going to give you a quiz. I'm going to read off a fun fact, and you're going to have to tell me whether or not it is Christmas, Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa.
Okay.
All right. So, here we go. Fun fact number one. Traditional foods includes latkes and donuts.
Well, Hanukkah.
Oh, there you go. See, it starts out easy.
I love a good
Very
latke.
good.
Do you like latkes?
You know what? Is that potato cake? Is that what that is? Okay, yes.
Essentially,
love it.
Latkes and pierogi kind of overlap a little bit, I think. But yeah, I think it's potato based. Yeah.
Anything potato based. I mean, come on.
Right.
I'm Black Irish. Like
Blirish.
like Ray Donovan. Anyway, Often involves playing a game with a top.
Hanukkah.
There you go. And what's the
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel,
yes, there you go.
dreidel. I know my South Park.
You know it. You know it. Features 7 main principles. 7
I'm
main
gonna.
principles.
I don't know this, but it's an educated guess. I'm going Kwanzaa.
You are absolutely correct, my friend. Now, ask me if I know the 7 principles.
I don't think you do.
I
Do you?
don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Not that black, man. Not that black. Not yet. Not yet. My education is continuing throughout my life. Okay. So anyway, um, does not have a set date on the Western calendar.
Hanukkah.
Good job, man. I actually got that one wrong.
Yeah, it's based
Got that one
on
wrong.
something else. Is it
Yeah.
based on astrology?
You know what? I have no idea.
Not astrology. I'm not putting it like that. I just meant I should say astronomy. Does it have something to do with what's going on in the night
You know what?
sky?
I wouldn't base anything on the Western calendar because Western calendar has Jesus born in 2 days when he was actually born this summertime. But anyway, that's
let's
neither here nor there. Decorations include indoor trees and oversized stockings.
Christmas.
There you go. Perfect. Are you a stocking guy or are you like?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You enjoy that?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we the tradition that we've always kind of done is that you kind of get like those are small gifts. And like you could definitely reach into the stocking and get a gift on New Year's Eve, kind of thing.
Sure. Sure.
And there always after a while, it tended to be the batteries that went with whatever the bigger toys were that you unwrapped.
Right. You're like,
oh, I got this awesome toy. Oh, it needs 12 AAA batteries.
Yes, exactly.
Check the stocking. But
and your dad's sitting back there, just sipping whiskey, like, gotcha. Anyway, even though my dad never did, I don't know why I went.
My dad was no shame dunking cookies into milk. Like, I don't Santa, fuck him. I'm eating cookies.
Centers around the birth of a religious figure.
Well, technically Christmas. I'm not sure if all 3, maybe.
No, it is actually just Christmas.
Okay.
It's actually just Christmas.
Baby
Jeebus.
I'm ashamed to say I don't really know what Kwanzaa celebrates. I know Hanukkah is a celebration of they were fleeing and that they lit a candle and it should have lasted a day and it lasted 8 days and that's why they celebrate 8 days of it. Yeah. Basically, every Jewish holiday is we are fleeing from somebody from persecution. I am ashamed to say I don't know what Kwanzaa truly celebrates, but I also didn't know about Negro solstice until 2 days ago. So
well, and we'll get into that. But Kwanzaa actually celebrates the first harvest. That's kind of what Kwanzaa does, and it celebrates the first harvest, which is like late December to early January.
But they're not the black Hebrew Israelites, are they?
Not the ones that were at the protest this summer that we were at. Yeah. Oh my. Did we ever tell that story?
We did, and they're horrible.
I don't know. We did. I don't know if we got it, but we can do that.
We touched on them. Yeah.
Next week recap show. All right. Traditional colors are red, green, and black.
Kwanzaa.
Mm-hmm. Traditional colors are red and green.
Christmas.
Traditional songs are often called carols.
Christmas.
Is known as the Festival of Lights.
Christmas.
No.
Hanukkah?
Yes. Okay. That would be Hanukkah. Was created. And here's the thing. Hanukkah, with the candles, like there's 7.
True.
Right?
True.
7. Festival of Light. Was created by Dr. This is going to give it away. Dr. Malana Karenga.
I'm going to go with Kwanzaa.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Dr. Karenga. Thank you very much. Forever. Features a candle holder called a kinara.
I thought the menorah was what was in Hanukkah.
That is.
Same thing?
No.
So Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Okay.
Kanara. The Kanara holds the red, green, and black candles for
Okay.
Kwanzaa. So, um, why did they put this so far down the list? It's primarily celebrated by people of Jewish descent. Why did they put that so far down the list? I never understand. I mean,
Chanukah. Hanukkah.
Was assigned its date to align with the Saturnalia celebration.
Christmas.
Yes. And this is what
it's a stolen holiday.
It is a stolen holiday. It is a pagan holiday. The Celts have the rights to this holiday. I'm sorry. We should be dancing around Stonehenge right now. That's exactly what should be
naked
happening.
with mead.
Oh, see, yes, meat is fine, but when naked with like meat, like with turkey legs and stuff. Oh,
yeah.
God. See, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Bacchanalia.
Just debauchery going on. And once again, I'm getting a stare from my daughter. Like, anyway, I'll move on. Sorry. Always begins on Boxing Day.
Kwanzaa.
Yes, the 26th, my friend. December 26th to January 1st, Kwanzaa. Features Santa Claus.
Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas. That would be?
It also features Black Pete.
Oh, let's not go there.
This, as a quick aside, I had taken some trips to Europe, and it was because of the timing and getting good deals on trips. It was typically around Christmas holidays, so you'll learn about the different Christmas holidays, and the Dutch.
Denmark.
The Dutch have their Christmas story is that Santa Claus travels around with, and this is what I love, 6 to 8 black guys. It's not necessarily 6, not necessarily 7, it's not necessarily 8. It could be 6, could be anywhere in between. It's 6 to 8 black guys, and they never really describe, like, it's almost like Puff Daddy's entourage. like they're not specific. You don't know what their jobs are until you watch Making the Band, and they're like, all right, I need you to go get some Cambodian milk.
Let's move on, shall we? Let's move. Honors a miracle in which one night's worth of oil lasted for 8.
Oh, well, Hanukkah. My bad. I said a candle. It was oil.
Yeah. Yes. So there you go. Features a candle holder called a menorah.
Hanukkah.
There you go. In some denominations, a full celebration lasts for 12 days.
Christmas.
Oh, man. Well done. Well done.
There's
I got
a
that
song,
one wrong, too.
Man.
Well, I get it, dude. I didn't think about that. I was thinking
5 cantonas. That's what we've been cheated out of over the holidays, is that because there aren't fans at Old Trafford, we don't get the 12 cantonas of Christmas.
Ooh,
You've never heard this? You'll have to YouTube it or look it up later. But the Manchester United fans sing the 12 cantonas of Christmas
on Boxing Day.
Oh, they basically from about mid-December till January 1st. They sing Christmas songs, but the Christmas songs are about Manchester United players, and the 12 cantonas go 12 cantonas, 11 cantonas, 10 cantonas. The song is just about Eric Cantona. It's awesome.
I got you. Last one. First commemorative U.S. postage stamp was issued in 1997.
Kwanzaa.
Oh, yeah, because black people just got popular in the 90s. There you go. That's what happens.
Is there a picture of the stamp? Does it show what it is? Is it
just
red,
doesn't.
green, and black?
Hang on.
Kwanzaa
stamp 1997. There we go. Images.
No.
Yeah, there it is. hang on, because I have to share my screen
Oh,
anyway with
do
you
it.
for the next one. Um, can I do this?
I've not changed permissions. You should still be able to.
Well, why? Hmm. There we go. Share screen. All right. So let's share screen. I'm going to go ahead and optimize for the video clip. Here we go. There you go, my friend.
Evan Casey. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So 1997.
I think
Kwanzaa stamp.
this is a still frame from the new Coming to America movie, isn't it? Have you watched it? It's funny. It's going to be good.
I have not seen the trailer, but I'm so anxious for the trailer. I hope they have McDowell's back. I hope they have that back.
No, it looks like they're going in a slightly different direction with that.
Okay. Okay.
The premise is that
is the Soul Glow still there, man? I haven't seen it.
No. It looks like the premise is that Eddie Murphy's father, James Earl Jones, is dying and bequeathing or passing on the throne to him, but basically saying you have to have a male heir yourself, which kind of perpetuates a patriarchal kind of backward kind of thing. But whatever.
Sure.
But what we're supposed to believe is that sometime during the previous movie, Eddie Murphy's character hooked up with Leslie Jones and had a kid.
Oh,
so now the search is on for that. Wesley Snipes is in the movie.
Are you kidding me?
There are, dude. You've got to watch the trailer. There are clearly so many people who are going to be in this. But the best part is, Eddie Murphy is notoriously a recluse. He doesn't go out. He doesn't make he's very, very picky about the types of movies, and he's only recently
Hey, I saw that person.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to do something and then forgot to. That's why we just got bombed. She's gonna wave as she goes back by with her glass or bottle of wine.
That's cool. Oh, bottle of wine. Excellent. Well, but no, I need to see this. You're right. I need to watch.
We have a little wine cellar down here in the basement, so she's sorting through her goodies.
You're badass.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I guess he gave not an interview, but he just made a statement, and he was like, I've been asked about making another Coming to America for a long time, and I wasn't going to do it until there's a disembodied arm with wine.
Amy. Yay!
So yeah, there were tons of people were submitting scripts, and that he was just not going to do it until they absolutely got the right one. And let me tell you, when you watch the trailer, it looks like they got the right one, man. I think this is going to be funny.
Okay.
So
excellent. So what a great segue into the final part of the Hey Aaron segment tonight. Black people are joking about getting superpowers on December 21st. Now, here's the thing. I can attest to this.
Oh, you went to OK Player. I didn't go to OK Player. I got to remember. I got to remember my go-to sources for blackness.
OK Player, man. OK Player. You got to go there, man.
I went to the Root.
Which is cool. The Root is perfectly legit. Perfectly legit. But what I want to do is I want to drop some knowledge on you, my friend. I want to show you some incredible memes that have been going around celebrating.
I was reading about it, and it's absolutely hysterical because, man, Black Twitter cracks me the fuck up.
So here's what happened. Basically what happened was somebody asked a question, said, hey, what about this vaccine? And then somebody just randomly joked with them saying that, hey, they're wanting to take away and make sure that we're normal, Black people are normal by December 21st because the solstice that comes is actually the Negro solstice, and it will bestow upon us superpowers. So, my friend, here,
which comes from the guy in 2012 saying the world was coming to an end.
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And so, here's the thing. First of all, for folks out there, Black people got great sense of humor. I don't know if y'all know this or not. If you don't, get yourself some Black friends, man. I'm just saying, we're funny. We're funny people. We are, and we love you. So
look at my African American. That's
my African American.
That's my African American.
There you go. That's what happens. So here's some memes, man, and I want to get your opinion on it. This one's classic. I love this one. It is absolutely awesome. Here we go. This is this is Yoda getting his superpowers on the Yoda, even, you know. So I think that's really good. And it says my internet connection is unstable. What was that?
And he's got his Luther Stickle hat on too.
Yes, he does. He does. So there's one. You know, this is the original tweet that kind of got it started. You know, December 5th, just wondering what would be the benefit of the government modifying everyone's genetic code. And somebody, this is all a joke, guys, all a joke. As Black people, genetically, we are stronger and smarter than everyone else. We are more creative. On December 21st, our real DNA will be unlocked. The majority will be able to do things that we thought were fiction. Learn who you are as a people. They want to make us average. Okay. This got so many laughs and stuff like it was hilarious. But then it caught on.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, okay, let's do
up.
this. So here we go. Everyone watching each other's powers kick in. Okay, you ready for this? Here we go. Here we go.
Oh shit. I love it.
I gotta do it one more time because her yell was perfect. Here we go. You know, I got to hear what you guys say about that, AG. Come on, man.
That's awesome. First off, anything that manages to use that era of Michael Jackson, just guess me. Yeah, I'm down. I'm way down.
There you go. There you go. All right. So moving on, we have even more memes. Now, there was talk about a Negro Justice League, right? That we all have, you know, because we all have our monthly meeting, so we can get together and say the same things all together. You know, Black Lives Matter, and you know, we hate white people. But you know, and that's what happens with the monthly meeting. But this is this guy. I'll just let you watch.
Take it! Oh, take it! Take it! Take it! Take it! Oh, take it! Take it! Take it!
Oh my God, man!
I was expecting Hadouken.
I gotta blow it up, and we gotta do it. I attend these meetings too. Boy, that's right. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Absolutely. I said, can we talk about the versatility
and
of Kente Claw?
I'm trying to respond to that, and we must be using all of the bandwidth in the world right now because it's taking a second.
All of it.
I have a pretty good. I have a good joke coming. You'll appreciate it.
Okay, so here it is again, guys. This is the classic, you know what, catch the Holy Spirit type thing, but it was beautifully played.
Take it! Oh, take it! Take it! Take it!
Is that? Hold on, is that just a Cat Williams show? That's just a Cat Williams show, isn't it?
That's like just Cat Williams. That's all
every Cat Williams show I've ever watched.
Moving on.
Every day I'm hustling.
This one cracked me up. I was crying looking at it. Hey, what time the Negro Solstice cookout?
Dude, everybody's there.
Dude, got Hancock.
Don't you be bringing no plain ass potato salad.
Look, they got
Hancock
Blade up in here. They got Blade. I'm just saying, look, man, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Well done. Whoever got my man right there, Luke Cage on the grill.
I love that Black Panther's just got a plate.
Right, he's just got a plate. He's like, are you asking me to get you some more? Come on now. Look, they got. Oh, okay. Okay. How you feel about him and how you feel about Mantis being there.
Is that Spawn? Yeah, that's Spawn.
Yeah. How do you feel about Spawn and Mantis there, man?
Well, I mean, why not?
You know what?
DJ War Machine. That's funny.
Yeah, DJ War Machine. And then look over here. You got my man Frozone, but he's standing next to himself, Nick Fury.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Honey, where is my super suit? Where is my super suit?
That's the best thing ever, man. And once again, last one. His birthday really was December 21st.
That's funny.
Samuel L. Jackson turned 72 years old, man. Where's my super suit?
On his face too.
My man right there. This one had me rolling. Because now Negro Solstice is talking about going back in time, Aaron. Let me just play this for you. Oh my God.
That's me after a
Christopher
dab.
Columbus choking on hot Cheetos. Oh,
that's funny.
That's awesome. All right. And I think this is this one's great too. I love this one. This was awesome. Watch this. Me time traveling to give Harriet and the slaves some Dracos. My man got the soundtrack and everything, man. Oh,
that's great.
Oh my God. And then Nightcrawler. Human, Fox News tomorrow. Human. You call that thing.
How they roll, man. That's how they roll.
Wow. So that is, my friend, that is a trip through that's a trip through Negro Solstice, through Black Twitter. And brother, I owe this all to you. You were like, man, what is this Black Twitter thing? And you did, and the thing is, you did your homework on this. You were like, okay, I know what this is. I'm not going to ask him about it.
Yeah.
I love it though, man, because it made me dig deeper, and I found this stuff for you, brother.
It caught me off guard, and then I was like, all right, that's kind of funny. But hold on, I've been trying to post to everything, so I'm just gonna have to share my screen. So you unshare real quick.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man,
I have to.
This is weird.
Because IO is right. I mean, so share screen. So IO, you're not wrong.
My daughter's watching. Hey, Kiana, how you doing?
Hey, Kiana. I said hi to you earlier, and you weren't even. But I got to share this one because I mean the kente cloth is pretty versatile. I'm just wondering.
Dude, if this is the Senate picture. Oh.
Can you see my screen yet? Or screen sharing? Is that?
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it's versatile. I'm not sure it's diverse.
Yeah.
It's versatile. See, this is where I mean, heart in the right place, but pretty stupid, and obviously
they went for it.
Obviously, a political stunt. I mean, Schumer doesn't even look happy about it. I'm not sure who this cat is, but he's like, this may be the dumbest thing we've done as a group. So, I mean, I do like me some kente cloth, though, brother.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's festive.
Yeah,
it's really cool, and yeah. But in certain places, let's put it that way. So,
yeah.
Man, look, it is that time of the show to where I hand it off to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being a part. We love you. Stay safe, and really, if you are thinking about gathering together as families, at this point, just please really think about it. CDC and a lot of professionals are saying if you're not breathing the same air, then you shouldn't breathe the same air. Zoom, me and my family, we're going to FaceTime a bunch of different people in tomorrow and just have a good time that way. But just think about each other and keep each other safe. But I will hand it off to my dear friend Aaron. Aaron, give us a pre-Christmas send-off, my friend.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a crazy year, but things are looking up for a variety of reasons. And this just time of year to try to be as positive as you can. I know the holidays can be tough for people. For some people, it's a reminder of the people that aren't in your life anymore. And in a year like this, that's maybe even more pronounced. And all I can say to that is you're loved as well. We're thinking about those of you out there dealing with that. If you need to reach out to somebody, reach out to either of us, because I guarantee you we will respond and we'll make you a part of our holiday and well wishes as well. So we have, as I said, 2 sleeps till Christmas.
2 sleeps.
And I hope everybody gets whatever it is they're hoping for out there. I'm hoping for I'm hoping for a tweetless Christmas from the Orange Man in Chief. But everybody stay safe. Like Evan said, if you are traveling, be as safe as you possibly can. Look after yourselves. If you're staying home, bundle up, put on your Christmas jammies, sit by the fire, make you a hot cocoa, and put something strong in it, and hold your loved ones tight, and be thankful for still being here. And there's a lot to look forward to. Yes, put a bow on it. Put a little bow on your Jameson, and then pretend you got to unwrap it. It's a funny time of year, but if you focus on all the goodness, you realize that we can get through this and move forward. If you're having tough thoughts, reach out to anybody, reach out to us. We're here to help. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah in the next couple of days. And we'll be back next week, do a little year in review, and talk about how everybody's Christmas went. But in the meantime, love you. Stay safe. Take care. Bundle up tomorrow. It's going to be cold.
Hey, I want to just also say, man, look, we've been doing this thing since March, and yeah, man, I the amount of love and respect I got for you, brother, that is a Christmas gift unto itself. So
all I can say is the same back to you, my brother, and
yep.
I love you back. Everybody out there, Merry Christmas and take care. Sláinte.
Sláinte.